1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Are we ready? Has that ever stopped us before?
Are we ready for all things that are supposed to happen over the next 2 days?
Yeah, well,
And then the weekend, of course.
by the way, Christmas is coming.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the
Everyone's
snow cyclone.
everyone's just all focused on the big storm.
What are they? The cyclone bomb? Is that
That's
what it's?
that's the phrase I've heard.
Oh,
I don't know,
jeez.
whatever.
Come on.
And so, by the way, this Mike and John got it going on. Brought to you by Firehouse Doors.
Yes.
Part of me feels like the more they build it up, the less it's going to be. Now, I know that's not true. It's not necessarily true, and we probably are in for a big storm, but
Sometimes it gets a
would
little
you be shocked?
overblown.
Would you be shocked if Friday you look out and you're like, yeah, and? Because they're making it sound like it's going to be a hellscape, it's the end of civilization, start hoarding food,
No, don't
say
start
goodbye to your
hoarding food.
relatives. Did you see the shelves at Meijer, some of the pictures?
No, I
Bear,
I actually
you
have
know.
to pick up a few things on the way home. So I'm hoping there's something left. So Christmas Eve brunch.
I'm just going to go to Kroger
You're going to Kroger?
because everyone went to Meijer.
They all went to Meijer.
Idiots.
I'm going to the gas station because that's
Oh, there you go.
where the groceries will be left.
Right.
Guess what we're having for brunch?
Beef
Here's
jerky.
Twinkies and beef jerky. Yeah,
Right, all right.
That's about it.
Yes.
So, well, it's got protein in it.
Yeah, well, it's got everything in it.
Got some carbs to keep you warm in case you have to shovel snow. So, yeah, we're getting ready for Snowmageddon 2022.
That'll be fine. Yeah. I'm just worried about power outages. Where we're at now,
Yeah.
we seem to have an abundance of the outages here. So
Well,
it
if you
doesn't
cut
take
down-
much.
If you take down all the trees, we'll be fine.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, if there's one more, I'm ready to just go clear cut all the trees. Sorry.
Clearing.
Yeah.
All right. So,
We'll find out.
things coming up today, the less you know, with Rich Perlberg.
Which we're going to talk about the storm.
No, we're not.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or Donald Trump's taxes.
Okay, we're talking about the storm.
Figured.
All right. Because, you know what? I read a little bit about how to cheat the tax man. And we're going to do that with the GIGO stuff.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
don't worry.
Well, good
We're
thing
taking
that
a
you're
page
saying
out-
it here.
Taking a page out of Trump's book.
Good plan
Yeah.
to say it on tape.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about taxes?
No,
Oh,
no, you're
nothing.
talking
I don't
about-
know
no,
anything
no,
about
of
that.
course not.
Taxes? Oh, you're going to pay those. All right.
All I'm going to say about that is this. Anyone who I'm just like, you think Donald Trump is the only one that's taking advantage of the tax system to not pay their fair share? Do you really think that?
I think everybody's trying
I-
to save.
I'm not trying to excuse anything. I'm just saying
That's how
a
people
bit
work.
naive. Trust
Yeah.
me.
He's not the only
Yeah.
one.
Anyway.
So other things, we'll find out if we got a winner in last night's trivia, Wednesday night trivia. You know what? I was thinking about this on the way over. This is the final one of 2022. It'll be our last trivia winner
Right.
of 2022. Did we get a winner?
I don't know.
I'll have to check. I'll check while you're doing
Oh,
news.
okay, good.
Also, our 2-cent history lesson coming up in just a bit. First, though, a look at local news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. A Genoa Township teen charged with murder has been sentenced. 19-year-old Max Bastine was ordered to serve between 18 years, 7 months, and 40 years in prison for his guilty plea last month to second-degree murder in the October 9th, 2020 shooting of 18-year-old Christopher Grant Alexander with a semi-automatic handgun in a dispute over a marijuana transaction in Pontiac. Previous testimony from two of Bastine's acquaintances that night, one of whom was from Brighton and had driven the vehicle, indicated the drug sale was arranged via Snapchat, and that after Alexander and another Pontiac man took the drugs and got out of the vehicle, Bastine also got out, telling the teens to stop or he'd shoot. They then heard a loud pop, at which point Bastine got back in the car. The weapon and less than an ounce of marijuana were later recovered by police. A counterfeiting operation ran out of a local hotel was busted up earlier this month in Brighton. According to a press release, Brighton police received a report about counterfeit bills passed at a pair of businesses on December 8th. After an investigation, a suspect and vehicle were identified. Later that same day, Brighton officers spotted the suspect vehicle and pulled it over. Inside the vehicle, which was determined to have been stolen, officers recovered drugs and counterfeit cash. The suspect gave information to officers from the City of Brighton crime scene response team that led them to a nearby hotel. After obtaining a search warrant for 2 rooms at the hotel, they discovered more drugs, counterfeit cash, and equipment used to make counterfeit cash. No arrests were announced, nor any other details, although the Brighton Police Detective Bureau continues to investigate the incident. And competing against the best First Tech Challenge robotics teams from around Michigan, Howell's Team Crash from Parker Middle School emerged victorious from the First in Michigan State Championship held Saturday at Calvin College in Grand Rapids. In addition to the state title, Team Crash was a finalist for the Promote and Innovate Awards at the state event. It marks the 3rd time a Howell FTC team has claimed the state championship. Team Crash claimed the state title in 2019, and Team Chaos earned it in 2017. And that's what's going on.
And news brought to you this time around by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
Mark Binkley could barely drive a car when his dad bought the best jewelry store in town from Mr. Cooper. He spent a lot of time there after school and weekends, enough to know that he loved the jewelry business. Mark and his family were exiting a Sunday church service when Mark saw something more dazzling than any precious stone: barbelockery. Successful and beautiful was a combination too great to resist, and around Valentine's Day, a nervous and pale Mark Binkley asked Barb Lockery to be his bride. They were married in the rustic, cozy church sanctuary where they met, and decided to build Cooper and Binkley Jewelers together. You'll see them there every day, working hard just like you, helping people make special times in their lives even more special, with a gift from Cooper and Binkley. They'd love to hear your stories of romance at Cooper and Binkley Diamond Jewelers in lovely downtown Brighton.
All right. We're back.
Oh, we're back?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really leave. I was sitting here the whole
Oh,
time.
okay. What? I thought you disappeared.
I was looking over something that I thought was pretty interesting for the show today.
Okay.
Uber Eats. Food trends.
They deliver food.
Yes, they do.
Right.
The trends have had a little bit of a shift over this past year for 2022.
All right. What are we shifting to?
In almost 50 states, one of the interesting things is people have been ordering more non-alcoholic beverages, or like alcohol-free beer and things of that nature, which just seems kind of weird.
I don't understand.
But in almost all 50 states, the most frequent special instructions for Uber Eats was no onions.
Okay.
And if I were an Uber Eats driver, I would probably say, I don't deliver stuff with onions on it anyway, because you know your car is going to smell.
You would just
that
be
way.
known as the non-onion Uber Eats driver.
Exactly. Onion-free Mike.
Right.
From Uber.
Have a little onion with a circle and a slash through it on your car.
Exactly. Because let's face it, sometimes onions have that BO smell to them anyway, or people just have that oniony BO smell to them. Do you want your car smelling like that?
Well.
Not tips big enough. So yeah, zero-proof beers, wines, and spirits were some of the biggest shifts in orders for Uber Eats drivers this year.
So more liquor.
No. Non.
Oh, non. Oh,
Right.
I know you meant the beer.
Non-alcoholic beverages. Like zero-proof beers, wines, and spirits. So
I've never heard of zero-proof wine, or I guess it's called grape juice.
Yeah,
but
sparkling grape juice.
Right. Which we give the kids when they were little at New Year's Eve. Oh, here's your sparkling grape juice. Yes. Yeah.
So interesting.
I don't understand.
Used to be requests for extra ranch dressing top the charts. Didn't even make it into the top 20.
We were done with ranch now.
I guess so. Researchers for ranch now don't even crack requests for ranch. Don't even top 20.
Don't tell that to my daughter.
The most popular grocery delivery item on Saturdays and Sundays. Want to take a guess? It surprised me.
I don't know. Pork.
Bananas.
I don't know.
Bananas for Saturdays and Sundays. People are most likely to order spicy food and cannolis on Fridays.
You know,
maybe not together.
Yeah.
But those were the popular.
I can understand the bananas maybe on the weekend because there's potassium, and sometimes if you wake up with a hangover, you need a little potassium. You're like, I need a banana. I'm just going to order one there. Send me some bananas. No onions. Extra ranch.
Just bananas. Request for sour cream on the side spiked on Sundays. So just a little Uber Eats info.
Oh, this is good info here.
You know what? You might be talking about this with the relatives over the holidays.
Yeah.
You know, somebody brings up politics or something like that, or asks you how your relationship's going.
Right.
Hey, did you hear Uber Eats? More and more people are ordering non-alcoholic beverages. You can change the subject.
Right.
But the subject of our trivia last night had to do with intoxication.
Right. I wondered if that was connected.
Not really. It just kind of tied in real nice.
I was giving you
an
opportunity to look like you'd planned
like I
all
knew
this.
what I was doing.
Yeah.
Why start now? According to a survey of guys, 1 in 4, 25% of guys, said they've done this while intoxicated. Want to know what it is?
Have you? You're a guy.
Yes, I am a guy. I don't believe I've done this while intoxicated.
I don't think I have either.
But some of the answers, and the ladies answer in here, about peeing outside or peeing themselves, or one guy said peeing in a sink. Okay, it was the 80s and it was crowded. You were at a Tiger game. We get it.
Well, those troughs were like sinks anyway. I mean, you know.
Yeah. There was a bar when I was working in Iowa. A long time ago in a land far away. A regular, it was like a hole in the wall dive, but it was the hangout.
You hung out at a hole in the wall?
Yeah, I'm a classy guy.
I can tell. You're in a basement.
Yes, and that's where the bathroom was in this hole in the wall bar. It's kind of down. It wasn't stairs though; it was a ramp. So I guess that was a smart move on their part at the bar. But the bathrooms were located downstairs or down ramp, and
you're down ramp. Or down ramp.
Yeah, you got to go down ramp. So the thing with the men's room was there was one regular toilet and 2 urinals. So on a busy Friday or Saturday night,
they're all being
that
used.
line, it would not be a surprise or a shock if somebody was peeing in the sink.
Well, it's the 4th receptacle.
It kind of was. Because when you got to go, you got to go.
Right. And then...
So I'm not saying that I did.
Well, no, of course not.
I don't recall doing that.
You went to the back, the parking lot.
I went outside
like a
most of
gentleman.
That's right. I peed in the alley.
I peed on that Corolla, not in the sink.
That was my buddy's Corolla. And the dogs love to sniff the tires. But yeah, peeing in the sink was an interesting guess.
Urination had nothing to do with our answer.
No, it really didn't.
People were kind of fixated on it, I agree. The first answer we got was from Karen, who
What'd she say?
Cheated on their mate. Well, this went right to the cheating.
Yeah. Or kissed somebody they weren't supposed to.
That was another answer.
Flirted with somebody they weren't supposed to.
That was not it.
So no, those were pretty popular. Did karaoke.
Right.
All right. So you've done karaoke.
That's 3 and 4.
Yeah.
At the least.
Because it kind of takes a little bit.
4 out of 4.
It kind of takes a little courage to get up there and think you can sing and entertain the crowd.
Well, when someone waves $100 bill in your face, the next thing you know,
you're singing Big Balls.
You're up there singing Big Balls. And getting eyed by the owner's wife.
Yeah. And saying, do you really? So anyway, the other guesses were...
Jordan said called or texted an ex.
Yeah.
You know.
I miss you. I'm
hey,
sorry.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
3 in the morning.
You really are better looking than I thought. Denise said stripped. There's probably a backstory. Not sure. Let's see what else we got. Drive was a pretty popular answer.
Cougar said they'd love someone. In other words, guys only say they love you when they're drunk.
Did I tell you how much I love you?
I love you, man.
Carla Ann said gone to the wrong house.
Wow.
Now, we're not sure how intoxicated these men were at that point. Forgot food cooking on the oven. You can do that without being intoxicated.
You can, that's true. Yeah. Scott had 2 answers. Number 1 was puked.
Okay.
No. The second one was drive.
Yeah.
Now, which one you're doing first? I don't know.
Driving
Don't do them
too.
together.
No, that's kind of bad. Gets on the windshield. Broken something, said Whitney. Yeah, that could happen. Went into the ladies' room.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Silly me.
Is that one open?
The sink was taken in the men's job. Gotten into a fight.
What? I have this vision now of a guy sitting in the sink.
Not sitting. No, that's totally wrong. That if you're pooping in a sink,
you're drunk. You've had a few.
But pooping in a sink.
It's made out of porcelain. You don't know. It's a little high, but all right.
This one's up on.
It's probably made for NBA players.
For the big boys, your feet are hanging down.
Underwear around your ankles. Hey guys.
Some guy's trying to wash his hands.
No, that is the only excuse
so
to say
wrong.
I'm not washing my hands. I'm gonna just leave. Yeah.
Mike Tipton said skinny dipped. That's a good answer, especially this time of year. Lost something.
I was in the pool.
We only had one answer was online shopped or Christmas shopped was another. Those are probably the closest
In a way.
But
before we get to the answer, I thought this was an interesting guess. It was very specific. Debbie said, argued about trivia with the guy hosting bar trivia, or is that just my husband?
And our friend Brad came through at the end of the year and said, listen to my Blind Melon cassette tape. We hadn't heard we hadn't heard from Brad and the Blind Melon references in a while. We appreciate that. And he said, Merry Christmas.
I see that. And Brad, someday you'll have to tell us the
Blind Melon story. Yeah, Brad, send us your phone number so we can call you in the new year and ask about the obsession with Blind Melon on cassette.
So it doesn't look like we got the answer.
We did.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
I missed it.
did.
Oh, I see.
I think was it Pamela that got
Pamela,
it?
yeah.
I think Pamela knows my sources.
Pamela has been a correct guesser more than once. Yes.
It's put up a Christmas tree. Have a little eggnog. Put up the tree. Sure, it's a little crooked like the Leaning Tree of Pisa.
Now, I'm thinking if you're putting it up drunk, it's maybe Christmas Eve and you put it off. And your wife is nagging. You're like, fine, I'll put it up.
I just pulled a tree out of the yard.
Tree. Right. So,
And do people use tinsel anymore? We haven't used tinsel in a long time.
No, I don't
since
see tinsel.
at the store anymore.
I don't even see it for
Is
sale.
a fire
Yeah.
hazard or
I
dogs
don't
chew
know.
it and poop in the yard.
That's-
You have a very decorative yard.
That's how we decorate. We just feed the decorations to the dogs.
Your yard sure sparkles. It smells a little funny.
Yeah, I guess it's still. I see it for sale. But
Tinsel? Yeah.
Oh wait.
And then you have to get it on just right. You have to throw it, and or if you want to take all night, you're putting a little piece here, oh there. We used to have the garland that was sparkly too, but that's too much work.
All right. I guess tinsel originally was made out of lead. So that was a bit
not
of a
a
problem.
good-
So they stopped making that in the late 60s, early 70s.
That was probably a good idea then. Yeah.
So now it's obviously not made out of
no,
lead.
isn't it like crappy tinfoil
Yeah,
or
it kind of is.
shiny paper or something?
I mean, you can still buy it.
But it seems like
I think you're right. I don't really see as much of it.
if you see tinsel, if you use tinsel on the tree, it'll be like 3 months later, like March. All of a sudden, you'll start finding pieces of tinsel somewhere in your living room, or when you drag the tree out, somewhere scattered around the house. All right, so congratulations to Pamela, getting the answer to.
Yes. You're the final trivia winner for 2022.
Now, are you known for, during the holidays, shopping for yourself when you shop? Do a little me gift?
Not really.
No?
I mean, I'm not saying it's never happened, but it's not something I
do it all the time. Oh,
You're
I like
on
that.
tape again.
I'm supposed to be
Stop
buying
saying
stuff
these
for everybody else. That would look good on me. Or I deserve that.
Yeah.
My wife's going, yeah, we know. That's how
Isn't your
roll.
wife in charge of the finances? Does she know intricately
what
what
are
it
all
is
these
you're
charges
purchasing?
at the
And she's
sporting
like,
goods store?
this doesn't match anything I got.
Oh, that's how you kind of
Oops.
slide the gift
Yeah.
into Christmas bills?
right.
Sure. Oh, yeah, it was the holidays. So yeah,
What's this Mustang?
How did that happen?
How did that? What the?
Well, I wanted to buy the most American-made car, so it's
Absolutely.
a Mustang GT stick
Because I
shift.
love America, honey.
That's right.
Why do you
Where's-
hate America? Why do you hate America?
Just trying to support the economy.
Yeah. Good luck with the deflection on that.
It really doesn't fly, does it?
No, it does not.
Our trivia question brought to you by real estate agent Tanya Zirkle with Sold by Tanya Z, whose motto is comfort is the key to home.
That's right. You can find her online at soldbytanyaz.com.
Some other trends, things that have, and this will tie into buying oneself a gift a little bit, is that more and more adults are buying toys. And I don't want to say not adult toys.
What kind of toys?
Not adult toys, but toys, like action figures and dolls for the ladies.
Now, are they
Lego sets
playing
too?
with them, or are they just collecting them?
Who knows what people do with the toys they buy? Because we have action figures right back there.
They've lost all their value. They're out of the box.
Yeah. Although maybe they've increased in value because they're one of a kind.
Well, that's true. They were handmade for
and
us.
I do recall that every now and then you'd start playing with the action figures we have. Even the Fonzie one.
Fonz had his,
the thumbs and stuff like that. So sometimes there's people that have fondness for.
See, our Fonzie action
He's a
figure.
little dusty.
Yeah, he is. Hey.
And he does have the
So
action.
you got the
What's Fonzie doing?
Yeah.
Keep his hands away from the body.
Yeah. And then the thumb, if you can see the opposable thumb here, the thumb can go up.
Yeah.
Hey. Or he can be like, no. Put the thumb down.
Thumbs down.
He
Hey,
just puts the
Potsy.
thumb away. And then if you put the thumb down,
No. Keep Fonzie. Fonzie does not do that. He's got the Hooper triplets and the Blansky twins.
they're busy.
It's another lonely night for Fonzie back up above the garage at the Cunningham's place. So, anyway, people buy action figures, Lego sets.
I mean, what
Those
kind of
are
an adult
adults.
plays with a toy?
That's right.
Right.
$9 billion a year adults spend on toys for themselves. Is that unbelievable? Or
It
what?
is unbelievable. I'm not sure about that number. I mean, I could see 9, but now that's got to be worldwide.
Yeah, it's not just in Michigan.
But it still seems like an unbelievably high number.
Well, I think shows like Stranger Things have kind of triggered some of those
Triggered.
light bright sets, just stuff that people saw on those types of shows that go back to their childhood. Maybe the Goldbergs inspired people to go buy a Rubik's Cube or something. Just stuff from our adults. Those would be considered toys or games, those kind of things. Artwork, stuff like that. Maybe cool posters,
Sure.
a lava lamp.
So what is it that you've bought that you're trying to now excuse?
I haven't really bought
Okay.
any
I didn't know if you bought any.
toys, but
If you were, like, what show, like what's your top show that you like to watch?
top show.
I mean, like you're really into. Like, is it one of the NCIS
I like the
franchises
NCIS
or,
stuff, but
is there, Chicago, Med, Hope, New Orleans,
Yes,
whatever the hell it is.
I've bought a stethoscope, John.
I'm just saying, if you had like a top show that
None of those would inspire me to, when NCIS, when it came out or years ago, I had an NCIS hat, but I haven't worn it. But I can give you the badge if you want.
Have you used the badge?
I like SWAT too, so maybe we need to get a Mike and John
right.
SWAT mobile.
Well,
that's for any occasion. We do have the lunchbox with the hat and the badge.
We do have our SWAT.
But I can't believe people have spent $9 billion.
Well, not on this.
Adults.
Yeah, we got the fine.
Yeah, we got the SWAT hat.
SWAT hat.
Sure, it's made for a 6-year-old.
No. And then we've got this badge.
We got the badge too.
It doesn't say. All this says is police play.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
we're playing police.
That's not a real SWAT badge. Very disappointing.
So
Anyway,
yeah, I don't know if there's any real show that I would. Maybe a Scooby-Doo lunchbox or something. That would be, but that's not really a toy. Yeah. So I guess it's not really that hard to believe that kid-adults are buying themselves presents.
Fonz lost his boot.
That happens when Pinky Tuscadero comes
Well,
to town. All right. Are we going to do 2 cent history, or are we talking to Rich?
We got to call Rich.
We got to call Rich.
It's time for us to learn less.
Learn less.
And in the meantime, we will thank, of course, Firehouse Doors, our OG sponsor here on Mike and John Got It Going On. They'll be celebrating 25 years serving Livingston County residents, and of course, they're family-owned. They strive to treat each customer like family. Veteran-owned, Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. They're your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs, and for the past 21 years, they have been Livingston County's only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors. Call Firehouse Doors today, 810-599-7480.
All right. Before we get Rich on the phone, I'm going to dial now, but I bet you he's got some kind of toy.
Dude.
Even if it's like a U of M bobblehead, something like that. Maybe a Harbaugh bobblehead. Bobblehead.
Morning, Mike, John.
Good morning, Rich. Before we get into the less you know.
Yes. A well-polished, rehearsed act here? Yeah.
Oh, God,
No, not really. We were just talking about adults that buy themselves toys.
Not adult toys, but like toys.
Retro stuff or just toys. Do you have any toys that you have purchased, either you or maybe a family member purchased for you as an adult?
Like a nostalgic thing or a collector's item.
Like Lincoln Logs or something.
Right.
No. I do not. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, it kind of is, I guess.
I didn't know either. Right?
Yeah, we just have a collection of lunchboxes.
I mean, we were
and
just
action
playing with our
figures behind
Fonzie action figure, but that doesn't
we
mean...
can't believe people do that.
Well, no. I mean, I can remember when LPs got a
Yeah, and they still are.
But yeah, they still do, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, you're paying $25 for Dark Side of the Moon.
No, I never did any of that toy stuff. You know, I had to walk a couple miles to school uphill both ways. If I got a bowl of cherries for Christmas, that was a big deal.
Well, things were really different back then, huh?
No, they were. No, boy, I haven't. Toys. I thought when you got older, the deal was your toys just got more expensive.
Yeah.
Adult toys.
Right.
Well,
Not
adult
adult
toys.
toys. Geez, now you got me in the gutter.
Well, right to the gutter, Rich. Thanks for taking the show there. We don't do that kind of stuff here. And we didn't do it already. So,
That's just early in the morning anyway.
is there a toy that comes to mind that takes you back to nostalgia, when back to your childhood when you see it? Maybe on a show or if
I
you...
don't see it at all. I think the toy, it wasn't really so much a toy, but it was this is probably way before your times, but it used to be a TV show for kids called Ren Tin Tin.
Yeah.
I remember
Sure.
seeing reruns.
And Lieutenant Rip Masters and Rusty and all those, Sergeant Biff O'Hara. I got a Ren Tin Tin fort once where they
fort?
put the fort together and you got it was all plastic, but you had these little characters and some of them were riding horses and some were lying down in the boat station shooting and others were action figures, I guess they'd be called.
Yeah.
And I played for that for some time. So that one,
Was
and Slinky. You remember the Slinkies
yes.
and the Silly Putty and there's.
all right, see, I think they still make Silly Putty. Maybe we can put that in your stocking this year.
Maybe.
Little Silly Putty for you.
Color forms are a big deal.
Well, now we're
Or Shrinky Dinks.
Yeah, we can talk about toys.
Shrinky Dinks.
Remember Shrinky Dinks?
Didn't you have to put them in the oven or something?
Yeah. And then your house would smell like burnt plastic the rest of the day.
That was good stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was.
But did you ever have fizzies?
The candy?
No, it was a drink. It was a tablet that you put in water and it fizzed.
That's Alka-Seltzer.
That's called Alka-Seltzer.
Well, it was like Alka-Seltzer, but it was flavored. It had like
Yeah, for
grape and
kids.
cherry and stuff like that. And of course, being kids, sooner or later, you would just put it in your mouth.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
there you go.
of course.
Yeah, that became Pop Rocks, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was the lead to it. No, when I was a kid, we went outside and played.
What?
Fresh air.
Outside?
Wow.
What's that?
Here's a stick, kid.
Yeah.
Go find something to do.
Speaking of outside,
Yes.
where no one's going to want to be outside, apparently, in the next 24, 48, 72, 96, 112 hours. I don't know.
I think not till next year.
Yeah, until the big storm coming through. They're calling it the bomb cyclone. It's supposed to. They always.
Big phrase, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
they always
used to
got
be
to.
vortex. Now it's bomb cyclone.
Right,
Yeah.
bomb cyclone. Okay, sure.
Well, Snowmageddon's so old. That's so 2019 or something, you know.
I mean, and it's when you look at the forecast, it does look like it's going to be severe and something you got to be prepared for. But on the other hand, you go, we do live in the Midwest, and it is late December.
Yeah.
These things do happen.
I was traveling up north once a few years ago when they were using the polar vortex stuff, and one of the up north radio stations got a call from somebody, and they said, "Do you know what we call the polar vortex in the Upper Peninsula?" He goes, "What?" She says,
Tuesday. That's about it. I mean, we're down here. I mean, they've already had up in Marquette.
Yeah, it's already hitting.
They had a foot of snow back in November, so. It's not like it's uncommon here in Michigan, so I don't know why everybody gets so.
But
I think you want to be ready for it. I think what I see about this one is they're not even predicting that much snow. I mean, but it's the wind and the cold that can put you into. I mean, it is Michigan, and you got to be prepared for it. But I think it's just a question. Don't do anything silly.
Well, look, but I remember when I was a kid, like the big storm was I think the winter of 78.
78.
That was
Right. Cracky.
Yeah.
Right, but let me tell you the old 78 story.
No school,
78.
And go up to big boy.
But I don't recall that. It seems like it's in the last, I want to say 10, maybe 20 years, that when there is a forecast of snow, that people feel the need to go clear out the milk and bread from the local store. Now, I don't know if that happened before. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but I just don't. I mean, okay, I don't know.
I think you're right, and I think part of it is a little bit of competition for viewers and eyeballs and stuff. I thought about that about 20 years ago, watching TV in the early evening, and they. During the commercials, they flash in with a local promo for that night's news. Storm coming, get details at 11. Well, nobody's going to turn to the news and say, just another 4 inches like we usually get.
Right.
So there's kind of a push to make it seem like a big deal. And it will be a big deal. I mean, it's going to, but I think as long as you got you don't need to do a COVID clearing of all the toilet paper. Shelves or something like that.
Right, so it's the 24/7 news cycle that someone has.
I think so, and the competition for it.
Right.
Well, it's like if you downplay it and it becomes a little bigger than it was.
Why did anybody tell us?
Yeah,
Then
that
you're an
kind of
idiot.
thing,
And then if it's less than what you were saying, then it's you overreacted.
Well, I think too when you get like you said, a 24-hour news cycle. Where it becomes, okay, we got to talk about the storm. We need some filler stuff. It's like, okay, how to prepare for the storm. Well, let's see. You need gloves and you need a hat. Don't forget your hat because your head's going to let the air, the heat out of your body and all this stuff that we all should know.
Right.
But it's just fill crap.
What I love is there's many fine journalists that work in local TV news. However, what I love is seeing the local TV news where they're interviewing the snow, essentially. They're standing on an overpass or somewhere and they're like, yes, the snow is beginning to come down. You're like, yeah, thanks, I can see it.
We gotta have a visual. I think one of the TV stations used to put the poor guy at the top of the building.
Right.
In case we forgot what snow looked
Yeah.
like.
Oh my gosh, this is snow. Yes, it's coming.
Yes, those were pretty funny.
I'm on the 50th floor, so it's got to me before you.
Yeah.
We're all doing this and jinxing ourselves. We're all going to go out and get stuck tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is true.
Because we
Don't mock the snow. Be careful.
Sorry, don't mock the snow. Don't look at the snow. Don't mock the
It'll
snow.
come and get you. It's that karma. Snow karma's going to get you.
Well, and then
it's going to happen. But I think it's serious for people who don't have a safe or shelter to go to.
Yeah, shelter.
I just wonder what people,
well, that's true too.
people do in
Right.
situations like this. But some of it's just, to me, I've always that was one of the great benefits of retiring for me is that, oh my gosh, when a snowstorm hits, I can just sit at home and wait it out.
That's right.
I'm just one of the other. Yeah, right. You know, for us, for all the years that we were in radio, for most of those years, the school closings were like the big deal. Like, you know,
my gosh,
people
yeah.
would tune in to hear the school closings. And then in the last 5-10 years, of course, with the advent of social media, and people were in the
Texting
text chains
yeah.
and all the rest, that information was able to, the districts were able to get that information directly to their parents, and it didn't become as big a deal anymore.
Schools are
I
closed.
sure can remember that now. When I was little, there were only like 3 TV stations, no cable or stuff.
Right.
And they finally got high tech, and would at the in the morning on the morning show, they would be running trailers under at
Right.
the bottom of it with the schools that were closing, and they would do them in alphabetical order. And if you turned it on and your school
yeah.
had already passed, you had to sit there
crap.
and all this attention going. Are we going to close? Oh, tell us close. We're close.
Those poor kids at Xavier Academy.
Come
Come on!
Well, and then it's like, well, do I get dressed for school or don't I? Because if I get all dressed and then come back and sit down and see that it's closed, then I wasted my time. Otherwise,
Well, then you're ready to go out and play.
And if you didn't, like, crap, I got school. I got to go get dressed now. So, fun times.
It's just amazing. That was like the great gift was getting a snow day.
Oh, God,
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
really for kids now, one of the disadvantages of the high-tech stuff is they can say, well, we're going to close school, but we'll have class. So you have to go online.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
that's not.
I didn't think about that. That's like the worst thing in the world.
And
Got a
trust
snow
me,
day and-
the teachers are no
Yeah.
less thrilled about that. So.
That's the thing we never realized as kids is the teachers were looking for those snow days as much as we were.
It weren't little kids that were like, yes! The teachers were like, yes!
I don't have to put up all those booger-eating morons another day. Well, no, I didn't say that out loud.
Especially the moms weren't as excited.
Yeah.
Had their little darlings home another day.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the darlings. Break out the wine. The other thing I think is with the advent of technology, of course, everybody is now a meteorologist because we can all call up our weather map and our Doppler radar on our phone.
Yeah.
Be like, well, I'm looking at the storm track. I love when I hear people like, well, it's in the storm track and it's coming north to northwest and the winds are coming out of the south and there's a high pressure system. You're like, okay.
That's when I hang up.
All right. Thanks, Hodak.
Those are the ones who became internal medicine experts.
Yeah, that's true.
I can remember I had my older brother used to be a pilot, a private pilot, and I had a couple of friends, and they used to just laugh about weather forecasts because they said, if you're looking at a weather forecast Thursday night to see what the weather's going to be like Friday, you're just silly. That's too far in advance. There's too many things that can happen. And, they were looking for more up-to-date stuff. So, and what they were trying to explain is that if the front moved even a half of a degree, that could be 100 miles or something. And so that's why the weather forecasters are estimates at best. So you can. I'm not even sure where I'm going with this.
Well, they try to cover their base.
We've got to start going back to our pre-production meetings.
Oh, yes.
Next year we'll do
Next
that.
year, in the new year, we will do that. And so our gift to you is you're off next week. We're not doing. We're off next week, so you're off next week.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
And then we'll be back next year,
Yeah.
and we're hoping we'll learn even less with you next year.
God,
Rich.
yes, we're looking forward to it.
I will promise you that I will study nothing between now and
Perfect.
All right.
Excellent.
Have a great Christmas and a happy New Year.
Years, you guys. It's been fun, and can't wait till next year.
All right.
Good.
Thanks,
Take
Rich.
care, Rich.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, as always, a lot of fun with Rich, and drumming up some of those childhood memories. I kind of forgot about Rin Tin Tin because that was not really some. Lassie was like the dog.
Even Lassie
show.
was on
It
reruns.
was kind of before our time,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I mean, look. But on the other hand, I remember watching Mr. Ed in reruns, or Leave It to Beaver.
Well, yeah.
And I mention that to my kids now, and they're like, "How old are you?" Yeah.
Well, there wasn't that many choices.
That's what.
Let's just
that's
you
always my
got to give
answer.
it that.
You got to understand.
We didn't have a lot to choose from.
And then again, they'd be like, well, you could have gone out and played. Shut up.
Yeah, you could have. And
Shut
so
up.
could you.
Yeah, get out there. Put that switch down.
Yes.
Turn your nightlight on, kids. Your McNightlights.com nightlight, of course.
So.
Oh, gosh, yes. Of course, McNightlights.com, the unique Christmas gift. Now, you've only got a little bit of time left.
That's right.
So you want to upload your photo now.
Call now.
That's right. Of your loved ones, your favorite pets, cherished memories, to McNightlights.com. Turn it into a beautiful nightlight using high-quality liquid resin. Well, they will.
Yeah,
Of
not
course,
you.
You know, Dan over at McNightlights.com.
He knows what he's doing.
He's got a 3D printer there. He's got a whole setup. It looks beautiful, wonderful. People love these things. They're $20 each. $15 each if you buy more than one, and if you buy 4 or more, free shipping. Now, of course, Christmas is just a couple days away, so you can do local pickup, but you got to call now. You got to make the arrangements now, McNightlights.com, or this could be the perfect New
Year's Eve
gift.
party
Yeah,
gift.
exactly.
How about that?
Right.
Light up 2023 with a Mike and John Got It Going On nightlight.
So bring your photos to life in an all-new way at McNightlights.com.
All right, our final 2-cent history lesson for 2022, this 22nd of December. Brought to you by Drew Goebel and Oakland Insurance. Today is National Date Nut Bread Day.
No thanks.
You ever eat dates?
Yeah.
You cannibal. No,
Hey-o! You know, wait, before you move on, it's funny that you say
dates
that.
are just...
You know, my kid the other day was like,
No.
did you know that cannibalism is not illegal? And I'm like, of course it's illegal. I looked it up. It's not illegal.
not illegal?
It's not illegal.
Oh.
There's only one state,
Well,
Idaho. Idaho is the only state that has an actual law that says, no, you can't eat people. 49 other states,
Really?
they don't have a specific law. Basically, they have all these
All right.
other, but no specific cannibalism laws, now you know.
Well, I suppose that opens the door for if the grocery shelf stores are empty
That's right.
during the snowstorm.
Kind of look at your, hey.
I wonder what you taste like with barbecue sauce.
It's like one of those cartoons where you
No.
look like the chicken leg.
Well,
So, yes, anyway.
all right, it's National Haiku Poetry Day.
Oh.
John will give us an example of a haiku as we speak.
A haiku poem has a certain number of lines and rhythms, which I don't know.
Isn't it 3?
That was my haiku.
Isn't
I
it
don't
3?
remember. I remember having to do it in like 4th grade or
Yeah.
whatever. And you're like, okay. Well,
Yeah, and I had Mrs. Haller, and she loved poetry, and I didn't.
she knew.
Yeah. National Haiku Poetry Day.
It's a short, unrhymed poem
Right.
that adheres to a specific 3-line, 17-syllable format.
Wow, talk about specific.
Yeah.
We'll be having Poetry Day at the coffee house someday. Little
Oh, yeah.
bongos with the hippies. Somebody looks like Gilligan.
Okay, sure.
Doesn't Gilligan look like he'd be one that would be a haiku poetry guy
Well, yeah.
hanging out?
You know, we have a haiku generator online.
All right, generate a
So
haiku.
I'll work on the you can. Okay.
So on this day in 1894, the United States Golf Association was formed in New York. When did the Miniature Golf Association come about? I bet there's got to be a mini golf society, right? If there's a golf association, there's probably
I would imagine, yeah.
headed up by Dorf. So on this day in 1895, German scientist, a physicist actually, William Röntgen, became the first user of X-rays. President Coolidge, in 1928, signed the Boulder Dam Bill, clearing the way for its construction in Nevada. The Boulder Dam, which became the Hoover Dam, which I just say dam when you were a little kid. Did you get us a haiku?
I did.
Okay.
On our haiku generator.
Did you have to pick a topic?
Yeah, you had to put in various things.
All right. So what was the topic you put?
Okay. The name of our haiku is called Pig
That's not very.
by Anonymous. I don't want to put my name to it.
Okay.
Arctic vacations. A guinea slimy pig hit at the old booger. It was like a Mad Lib. It asked you for a bunch of weird things. You put them in, and it said, here's your haiku.
This is why I didn't like poetry. It didn't make any freaking sense. 1984, Madonna started a 6-week run at #1 in the U.S. charts with the song Like a Virgin. It was her first #1 hit. Nobody thought she was.
Well, no.
That's why it's Like a Virgin.
Like a virgin.
Sort of.
Well, kind of, you know.
Sort of a virgin didn't really sound good, so it's Like a Virgin. Touch for the very first time. Nikki Sixx. Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue.
Speaking of virgins.
1987, Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue was pronounced DOA, dead on arrival, in an ambulance when his heart stopped beating for 2 minutes. He was given 2 shots of adrenaline into the chest, and it revived him. Fellow band members were prematurely informed of his death.
Right.
And thus, I think the song Kickstart My Heart.
You could be right. I'm not sure if that was connected, but it makes sense.
Get rid of your haiku and figure this out, will you?
By the way, did you see the biopic movie?
No, I want
called
to.
Dirt.
I want to.
It's based on their biography. Really good, funny, and really good. And they depict that moment. But
I thought that's how Kickstart My Heart.
It makes sense.
It was around that time.
It's about right.
It was '89 when Kickstart My Heart came out from Dr. Feelgood.
I mean, that would make sense. But of course, we're talking about Motley Crue. So.
Girl, Don't Go Away, Man, Just Go Away. One of my favorites from that album, Dr. Feelgood. 2005, astronomers announced the discovery of 2 more rings around Uranus. I know what you were thinking. And you were thinking I was going to pronounce it another way. But the planet is called Uranus.
Yes, it is. The phrase Kickstart My Heart supposedly refers to Sixx's overdose incident.
There you go. Yeah. See, we did.
Hold on. Guns N' Roses drummer Steven Adler disputes this, saying he revived Sixx before the paramedics arrived. So he doesn't dispute the song origin, but he says he's the one.
Cage.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Okay,
Johnny
all right.
Okay. Anyway, go on. Now we know.
Do we have clarification from Nikki Sixx?
Do you want me to research this now too?
Come on.
All right.
Yeah, I saved his life.
I did that.
Yeah, I just hit him in the heart.
I just gave him some of my cocaine and he came right back. I'm a hero. What do you mean I'm under arrest, officer?
And finally, it was on this date in 2005. Janet Jackson was the most searched name during 2005, according to Google. Wonder why that was. Yeah. Could it be the singer topped the list of searches with people looking for pictures of the wardrobe malfunction
of the incident that wasn't
at the 2004
so ridiculous,
Super Bowl?
where they're like, oh my god, and no one saw it when it happened. No one noticed it when it actually happened. It was only on the 10 trillion fucking replays that they were able to. I gotta look at that and make sure that's right. Wardrobe. Oh, I mean, it happened. I'm just saying at the live broadcast, it's not like everyone. I saw a boob because it's there for like a 1/13 of a second.
Yeah,
you know.
It was
only when they go, hey, I think we just saw a boob. Hit the replay.
And that's what people
over and over and over. And then they're like, you're scandalizing people.
Then it hit social media. And we didn't look at that.
Well, no, of course not.
We're above that.
It's
a little booby. You could see that on Dynasty back in 1984. Joan Collins, a little bit of booby hanging out of her shirt. And on Seinfeld, when Elaine...
You were lusting after Joan Collins? I was checking out Heather Locklear, Sammy Joe, of course.
Yeah, it's a good thing she didn't know, because Tommy Lee never would have got her. If she knew you were hunting her down.
It was Tommy Lee that actually saved Nikki Sixx.
All right, that's your 2-cent history lesson for today, brought to you by Drew Goble.
Oh, yes, I'm sure Drew's like, I have to reconsider this whole thing. Drew Goble at Oakland Insurance and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance, providing the peace of mind you need at Oakland Insurance. They believe the best relationships are honest, upfront, and fair. Call Drew Goble at Oakland Insurance, 248-647-2500.
Drew cares about history. You're learning a lesson or two each and every day.
Think about the history you learned.
Mike and John got it going on.
The origin of Kickstart My Heart. I mean,
and haikus and everything else.
Yeah. Of course, the whole Kickstart My Heart thing, it's got the motorcycle sound effects in it.
Yes, it does. That doesn't have anything to do with cars, but we're going to talk cars.
But I think I would be willing to bet if you pulled your hog into Murphy's Family Auto, and said, "Hey, I got a engine problem."
I don't know if they do that.
They might. They might.
They might, Rabbit. They might.
They might. It's maybe history. Maybe it could happen.
It could happen.
It's maybe advertising here on Mike and John Got It Going On.
We're talking Murphy's Family Auto for all your automotive car repairs, vehicle maintenance needs.
Right. They've been specializing in car and truck care, including engine and transmission work, electrical, heating, cooling, brakes, the whole thing. The whole shebang, really.
Nothing worse than getting in your car in the middle of winter and the heat not working.
No, you don't want that.
It sucks.
So give them a call, 517-552-3040. They're open Saturdays 8 to 1. I don't know about this Saturday, but...
most Saturdays.
Tell them Mike and John sent you. Yes. So 5% off your bill. That's Murphy's Family Auto. Your car knows. Murphy'sFamilyAuto.com. All right. So...
this is our final show for 2023.
It is?
Well, no, it's not really.
We have a special holiday show.
Yes, we do. Tomorrow is a holiday.
Right, tune in for that special holiday show.
Do we have special stuff for the holidays?
We do. We do.
You know what? I got the stuff that we used earlier in the show. That was supposed to be for the holidays.
Oh, well, no. We've got...
oh, we got other holiday stuff?
We've got excellent holiday stuff.
All right.
You'll see.
Because I thought, the guy toys and the adult toys and stuff, I thought that was... I was going to save that for the holiday show.
Well, good going now. But no, we've got all kinds of... tune in on Friday for our special holiday show. As a matter of fact, we are going to spend so much time working on the holiday show.
We probably won't even change.
We won't even have time to go home and change.
No.
So tune in for our holiday show. Okay.
All right. That's going to do it for today.
Do you think they're buying it?
If they stayed around this long.
They'll buy anything. So, right.
No returns.
No
returns. Okay, no money back.
No, not at all.
No time back.
Mike and John got it going on.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.
Okay.
All right. No post show because we got to save stuff for the holiday show.
Okay.
Unless you got something.
I got nothing.
Okay.